The closest state legislative race in Colorado has now been decided, and Republicans are dropping their claims of election rigging because they won. The House race in Colorado Springs was initially decided by 6 votes, dropped to just 3 in a recount. Politics guy Marshall Zellinger shows us how any vote changes during a recount.
Sometimes a voter's intent is just not clear. Is this circle outside of the bubble meant to be a vote? Or is this filled-in bubble with a crossed-out line meant to be no vote? These ballots were just reviewed in the recount of State House District 16 in Colorado Springs.
If the voting system struggles to tell voter intent, then it sets those ballots aside for a bipartisan team to go and review to see if they can determine which candidate the voter was trying to vote for.
Matt Crane is the director of the County Clerks Association. He went over El Paso County's recount results with us. Before the recount, Republican challenger Rebecca Keltie defeated Democratic State Representative Stephanie Vigil by 6 votes. At one point, the recount showed the race as a tie. These crossed-out votes that were not counted for Vigil originally were briefly counted during the recount until human reviewers got involved. A canvass board made up of a Democrat, a Republican, and the county clerk, who was also a Republican, made the same determination that was made prior to the recount, that these 3 votes should not count.
They found these 3 ballots that the system had accepted, but when they looked at it, the voters very clearly drew a line through the name. And according to the voter intent guide here in Colorado, the canvass board used that and they determined that the voter was in fact saying that they didn't want to make that selection. And so that's what they all 3 unanimously decided.
There were 3 votes, however, that did get credited to Vigil during the recount that were not counted the first time around. This bubble outside the circle and this X just on the edge of the circle. Because the bubbles were not filled in, they were seen as undervotes. And during an election, voting machines do not flag humans if it appears a race was not voted.
An undervote isn't recognized the first time, so it's not examined by the bipartisan team. Where in a recount, it will be.
In the end, Vigil earned 3 more votes, but Keltie still won by 3. For Next, I'm Marshall Zellinger.
We reached out to Representative-elect Keltie to ask how she squares her previous concern over election integrity with her quick acceptance of her 3-vote win in this race.